What's going on, Cowboy Nation? I'ma take y'all into a little glimpse of what I used to do before I became the angry Cowboys fan.
It never is easy, sleeping pretty at the top. These hater act greasy, but it's never gonna stop. You can see the envy, they all wanting what you got. I know it's tempting, cause you're plotting for my spot.
How about them Cowboys? The silver and blue, we do what it do. We taking the crown, boys. If there was a time to get the shit done, the time it is now, boys. DF to the dub, it's showing you scrubs. It's on the pop, and we never been stopping. So player, what's up? You had enough, that raw and uncut. We speaking the truth. Whether the field or the booth, we calling on all of our troops. Now they be lacing their boots. What you gon' do? It's time for war. Sub-Zero got the ice to the core. All of my toes on the floor. When we all go into battle, the general leader, my soldier that be number 4. Light up the score, boy. Pedal down to the floor, boy. Teams will be waving the white flag. You can tell all these haters don't want any more. ACF. Got my family with me, yeah, we gonna ride till we die. Look in my eyes, got the silver and blue with the star, and I rep till I die. We got a lion, he's ready to eat. Thinking we stop at the word on the streets, that we are the beast, ready to compete with anyone step into AT&T. I'll be bringing the heat like that Wayne Wade. Y'all gonna step on the field and then catch a fade. Before you come up in here, boy, you better pray. Cause I'm sorry, today ain't today. Y'all got some players, but we got a tank. Top of the mountain, that's where we gon' rank. We gonna ride till we die, and the haters can take what I say all the way to the bank. Haters will say what they say, but it's nothing because we all know that the haters are frontin'. Secondary got the cornerbacks bluffing. Pick 6 with the cornerbacks rushing. We are America's team for a reason. DC for life till the day I stop breathing. Top of the mountain, that's what we achieve and believe in our team. Anything else is treason, I bleed in the silver and blue and you fools. It's on with the rep of the whistle. Call me Rolling Stone if you wanna come get it, cause I got your issue.
It never is easy, sleeping pretty at the top. These hater act greasy, but it's never gonna stop. Get used to the envy, they all wanting what you got. I know that it's tempting, cause you're plotting for my spot.
How about them Cowboys?
Angry Cowboys fan, are you down to ride? Angry Cowboys fan, are you down to ride? Drop a like on the video, go ahead and subscribe.
Yeah. What's going on, Cowboys Nation? Oh, wrong banner. Look at that. I done put up the wrong banner. What's going on, Cowboys Nation and angry Cowboy fans around the world? How y'all doing tonight? It's your man, the Angry Cowboys fan. And, I just wanted to jump on real quick, just check the posts and, go live with the Angry Cowboys fan podcast. But if you've been rocking with the channel, y'all know how I start out these lives. Gotta go to the chat, see who's rocking with your man. Let's see if we can go ahead and pull the chat up on the screen. Yeah, let's pull the chat up on the screen. All right, we got Brandy in the house. What's going on, Brandy? Carlito Cash in the building. All right, Jojo, what's going on? See you in the building. All right. We starting out small, intimate. That's how we starting out. I like it. Hey, Revelations, what's going on with you? Yeah, wasn't able to go live last night because, game night, usually everybody's going live. Everybody has their post game and stuff like that. And I'm like, man, got to get in where I fit in. And honestly, it kind of looks like Friday is the day for the simple fact that ain't nobody go live tonight. So, hey, might as well go live. What's going on, King Parish in the building? Let's see. Monstar Villain in the building. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. What's going on, family? How y'all doing? So I got a question for y'all. Real quick. I believe I put it as the pinned comment. Yeah, I did. As the pinned comment says, how do you feel about last night's game? How do you feel about what happened with the New York Giants? And look at me, I'm over here lagging and shit. But y'all know how I feel because I put out the video earlier. If you haven't seen the video, please head to the YouTube channel and check it out. It's a pretty good one. Might have to do another situationship video when it comes to Molly Curran and Stephen A. Smith. But y'all know how I feel about last night's game. Last night's game really was one of those games where you needed it, where the morale and the mental of the team needed it. We couldn't have another loss. If we would have lost to the New York Giants, somebody that we have owned, somebody that Dak Prescott's undefeated against in his career. Well, actually, no, he lost two. He lost two. He's 13-0 since then, but his rookie year, he lost both of the games to the New York Giants. But Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys offense owns the New York Giants defense. I can't say too much about the defense owning the New York Giants offense because, yes, we were able to stop the run, but we kind of opened up to the pass. Did y'all see that Daniel Jones was back there actually slinging that ball around? You know what I'm saying? He was kind of slinging it on us. Uh, Malik Neighbors, he was doing his thing until he went down with that concussion. It was good to see CD Lamb actually go over to their sidelines to check on him to see how he's doing and let him know that he was there and everything. That's cool sportsmanship. And if anybody got anything to say about it, they messed up in the head. They messed up human beings for real. uh hey, Jojo, so were you able to go to the game last night? Were you able to go to the game last night and cheer on our Dallas Cowboys? Because honestly, tell you guys the truth, I wasn't able to watch the entire game, sitting down. I had karaoke last night. So good thing karaoke is at a bar that has a TV. So I kept running back and forth to see what was going on to check the score and everything. But when I got home, I finished out the rest of the game and I went and watched the replay on Amazon just to see everything that was going on. And I'll touch on this real quick. And Carlito Cash, you said it over on TikTok that I was smiling about everything that went on in the pregame. Was you on TV? Was you on TV? Hey, at what part? Were you toward the end whenever like Dak Prescott and everybody were doing the interviews and they had all the Cowboys fans right there chanting? Were you there? You let me know in the comment section. Yeah, we just saying, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Enjoyed the game live. Like that's the only live game that I've actually been to is the Dallas Cowboys at the New York Giants because living in New England, the Giant Stadium is the closest stadium other than Foxborough. So that was my first and only game so far. I'm hoping to go to okay, yep. I'm hoping to go to more games. I want to go to a home game. For any Cowboys fan, that is like the Mecca. That's the hub. You have to in your lifetime be able to go down to Arlington, Texas and enjoy a home game. I mean, I don't know about right now because our home record is kind of it ain't looking too good. 2 losses at home and 2 wins on the road. Is the opposite effect happening from last year? We was good at home and kind of iffy on the road. But anywho, yeah, I was like, I know she went to the game. I wonder if she's down in the crowd. Yeah, I was thinking about you during the game. But yeah, let's see. Where was that comment? Yeah, this one, Brandy. This comment. Yeah, that's a blow. That's a blow to us. That's a blow to our defense. Our 2 top performers on that defense, Demarcus Lawrence and Micah Parsons, out. Demarcus Lawrence with a foot injury that could have him out for weeks. Micah Parsons with a high ankle sprain that could have him out for weeks. But the thing is, with Micah Parsons, I believe that he's that type of player that is like, okay, I'll take it easy for the mini bye that we have before the Pittsburgh Steelers game. If I have to sit out for the Pittsburgh Steelers game, then so be it. But the Lions, I think he's going to be a part of it. He's going to be one of those, give me a shot of Toradol and wrap my ankle up and put me out there. I want to play. I think he's that type of player to play through an injury because at the end of the game, he's like, it ain't that bad. It ain't that bad. But, they got to do their MRIs and everything to make sure how bad it is. And Me being a football player as well as a basketball player, those high ankle sprains, yeah, they hurt, but you can get over them rather quickly, especially if you're like a blue chip type of athlete, if you're an all pro type of athlete. But yeah, Jojo, I got when I saw Trayvon Diggs, I was able to see that. But when they said it was just dehydration, I'm like, come on now. That's the part of discipline that you need as far as being a football player. You got to be able to have those fluids in you, especially on game day. What are you doing, Diggs? Drink your water, bro. Drink your Gatorade. Get that in you. You should not be dehydrated on that sideline, especially when you have water boys at your disposal, water boys and water girls at your disposal. There's no way that you should be dehydrated on the sideline. But that also reminds me of one of my teammates. He got dehydrated and whew, it looked pretty bad. It looked pretty bad. I went over there. I don't even like bananas, but I ate a banana and drank some water. I'm like, I ain't trying to be like that guy. Yeah, but shoot, next game, he gonna have that water ready. He gonna have that water ready. See, King, King Paris, you right. We couldn't get consistent pressure. We had one sack on the night. And shoot, did we have any sacks last game? Did we have any sacks against the Ravens? I don't, we might have had one, if that. But that's not like our front. But when you have deficiencies at the defensive tackle position, it makes the job for the offensive line that much easier, so they can scheme on Demarcus Lawrence and Micah Parsons when they're trying to create pressure. And Cowboys have been known to be one of those teams that really creates pressure and flushes those quarterbacks out of the pocket. When we ain't able to do that, like I said, we had Daniel Jones. We had him looking good, man. I'm like, every time I was able to look down, because I was tracking it by my phone too, and I'm looking down at my phone, I'm like, geez, they keep moving the ball. They keep getting the ball past the 50 in the field goal range. Thank goodness our defense stood tall and was able to hold them to 3 points. But my thing is like, damn, they had the entire field to march, and now you stop them in field goal range. Stop them in outside of field goal range. Stop them outside of field goal range. That way they don't gain any points. But they did good. They didn't punch it in. They didn't score the entire game, which is a plus for our defense. We was able to stop the run last night. But also, who's toting the rock? It's not like you got Derrick Henry in their backfield. Who's toting the rock? you know. And B Gamer, you're absolutely right. The Giants O line is better than our O line. They should have had some better some better run yards, but the defense shut it down. The defense shut down the run, but they were susceptible to the pass. Daniel Jones just looked like Joe Montana to me. For real, I'm like, dang, can't we stop Daniel Jones, please? Yeah, Malik Neighbors, wide open. Wide open. That's the thing. Like, I'm trying to figure out and understand why there's so many times where our defense is caught slipping in the secondary that leaves these receivers and tight ends wide open. Ever since the Green Bay Packers game, and I hate to continuously bring that up, but we just continuously leave receivers wide open. I don't understand it. Like, damn, we gotta get that better. We gotta get that better. But anywho, Carlito Cash says Mozzie Smith had his best game as a Cowboy. He had a few nasty suplex tackles. Man, it is time. It's past time for Mozzie Smith. It's time for Jalen Tolbert. It's time to stop emerging. Like, you had time to emerge. You need to be here. You need to be on the cusp of being the dog that we need. Because, like I said in my previous video, with our wide receivers, it's like we got 1 and 2 possibles. We count them like spades over here. 1 and 2 possibles. CeeDee Lamb's definite. Cooks can be a little shaky. Tolbert can be a little shaky. That's why I said in the previous video that I would elevate Cavante Turpin. Every time that man's number's called and they pass him the ball, he scores or he gets his yardage. Real talk, man. Like I believe it was Cavante Turpin the last time we played the San Francisco 49ers. He was the only touchdown that we had. For real. So I'm like, man, get Turpin more touches, get him touches in the backfield. And for some odd reason, I don't understand why. Maybe wide receivers have better field vision than running backs, but tell me why CeeDee Lamb gets so many yards per carry. Like the only carry that he had yesterday, it was about 7 to 9 yards on that carry. Why can't our running backs do that? You know, and it bugs me. But Mozzie Smith did have a pretty good game yesterday. That's gonna be the task next Sunday. That's gonna be the task right there, Brandy. Stopping Fields. But the thing is, we were able to stop Fields. Remember when we played Chicago that time? We also had Micah Parsons and D Law as well. We're not gonna have them against the Steelers. So Nealon, he's gonna have to step up. Like, I don't know what we're gonna do. Like I said in my previous video, this may be one of those years where those fans who think that the playoffs are automatic, you might be tested this year. Cause I don't want to say that. I'm gonna knock on wood right now. I don't want to say that. I'm not gonna speak that into existence. Jeez, but when it rains, it pours, y'all. You know what I'm saying? That's all I want to say about that. But yeah, true Cowboy. Yeah, our defense held them, didn't allow no touchdowns, which was a good thing. Only allowed 3 points. And if your offense is clicking and your offense can get you touchdowns, then we'll take that all day. You know, we'll take the 3 points all day. If you ain't gonna score 7, hell yeah, we'll definitely take that. And Mozzie did look better. Like the front looked better. You know, the front looked better, especially at stopping the run. They look better. I mean, they didn't get any pressure as far as pass rush goes. They only got 1 sack, but as far as stopping the run, they look better. Now we need to start incorporating the two, getting pressure on the pass rush while being able to stop the run. You know what I'm saying? We gotta do that. We gotta do that. Hey, and Jojo, I'm gonna look at the rewatch again and see if I can see it. Now you said you brought your son. Is it you and your son on TV? So yeah, I'll look out for you. Hey, Stacy, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Recently discovered your channel. Great work. I truly appreciate you. But without you guys, none of this great work could even happen. You know, like I said, y'all may come here to learn a thing or two from me, but I also learn a thing or two from y'all. So we kind of in it on the same level here, Stacy, and your opinions are definitely warranted, and your opinions are welcome here over at the Angry Cowboys Fan YouTube channel. I truly appreciate you hitting the thumbnail, and hopefully I can persuade you to subscribe. You know, we are on the goal of 10,000 subscribers. Had the goal all off season, was trying to get it before the regular season, but you know, we ain't picky. If we can get it now, we can get it now. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Randy says DeMarvian Overshown is my favorite defensive player right now. Overshown really has that heart. You know, he has that heart to put his body on the line for the team. Like you could tell in his form of play, his style of play, it's like I'm gonna do whatever I got to stop the man that's, you know, progressing. If it's the running back, I am going to plug that hole so he can't get through the gap. If it's a tight end leaking out, I'm gonna make sure he don't catch the ball, or if he catches the ball, I'm right there on him. Like he goes from sideline to sideline, something crazy. I was actually looking at DeMarvian Overshown when the year he was injured last year. I was just sitting back there like, man, I cannot wait until he hits the field. I cannot wait. This man is going to be a demon on the field, and he has been. They just need to find packages in the defense that allows him to be out on the field a little bit more. You know, yes, they me too. Glad the Cowboys won. Not throwing shade, but before then, hey, I was one of those ones like last year when we saw the New York Giants on the schedule. We was like, yeah, let's go in there and let's just smack them all across the field. This time, I'm like, we better not lose to the New York Giants. We better not lose, like for real, because everybody talking about Daniel Jones and how bad he is, how garbage of a quarterback he is. Like if we go in there and make him look like Steve Young or make him look like Patrick Mahomes, and we lose, yo, Choctaw in the building. What's going on, Choctaw? In the building. All right. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna look out for you. I'm gonna look out for you. Got the lit up Cowboys hat. Yeah. No, we owe it. Well, yeah, we owe it 3 at home if you count that last playoff, that last playoff loss. Yeah, we owe it 3. But hey, we gonna get it. We're gonna get back on track. I got a feeling we're gonna get back on track. We may, while D Law and Parsons is down, if we can split, if we can split between the Lions and the Steelers, maybe give one up and get one come out 500 while they're out, then I think we're doing good, But if we just go in there and like drop both of them, then it's hard to climb out of the hole once you're in it. But still have faith for our Dallas Cowboys. Gonna remain optimistic over here. Ain't gonna be delusional, but we will have some optimism in the building. And Joe lost a voice last night at the game. I feel you. I feel you. When I came back home from MetLife Stadium, you could tell I suffered in the voice area. Yeah, man, you know it. It says First Take is a clown show. Yes, it is. Man, I watched that segment today. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. Like, oh my goodness. Elle was on there acting a fool. I mean, it was she was on the level of the Joker on how crazy she looked. Like everything that Stephen A. Smith said, she laughed at. She's over there agreeing with everything he says. And then she went in that analogy and she was talking about his muscles. And did you hear Molly Kieran? Molly Kieran was back there like, all right, enough. Okay, chill out. Why would you do that if it's just your coworker? You know, like I said in the video, let me find out. I'm gonna have to do a situationship video on Molly Curran and Stephen A. Smith because a coworker ain't gonna, they ain't gonna do that. They ain't gonna come to their coworkers' rescue and be like, stop talking about them like that. That ain't happening. Something's going on. But it's a clown car for real. It's a clown car, and I feel sorry. I feel sorry for analysts like Swagoo. Swagoo up there genuinely trying to give his raw and uncut, his take on everything, and then you gotta cipher through all this clown noise, this white noise coming from L, coming from Stephen A. Smith. And when Stephen A. Smith get to laughing about the Cowboys, it gets on my nerves. Oh God, it's like nails on a chalkboard to me. Real talk. uh let's see. To be honest, this team ain't built to beat good teams, and that's why our record is bad at home. Excuse me. Man, I don't know what this team is built for right now. And the architect of building this team, guess who it is? Gerald Wayne Jones Jr. and Stephen Jones. These are the architects. Remember, we had the offseason where they told us that we're going to have to do more with less. You're seeing less out on that field. You seeing the front office not giving a damn. They see the inefficiencies at the running back position. You see, you see the fact that Rico Dowdle getting over 4 yards, 4 point something to carry. That's why I always say that Rico Dowdle should be the premier back. But I also think that they should move Hunter Lipke to the tight end position so they can free up, another running back spot and elevate Dalvin Cook from the practice squad. Put him out on the field. Let's see what he has before some other team signs him from our practice squad. I got a feeling that's what's going to happen. We ain't even going to be able to see Dalvin Cook perform in a Dallas Cowboys jersey because Jerry and Stephen Jones are procrastinating. Real talk. Oh, Choctaw, you was at the Browns game. That's what's up. Over there repping in Cleveland. That's what I'm talking about. He lost his voice at the Browns game. Ah, shoot. Yeah, I swear. When I go to Dallas, when I go to Arlington for the first time, for the first game of my life, I'm gonna lose my voice. I promise you, I'm gonna lose it because I'm gonna be over there screaming like a cheerleader. Ah! Yep, that's gonna be me. Go Cowboys! You went to the Ravens game. That's what's up. Man. I know, like at the half, Cowboys fans was pissed. Yeah, I bet they was in the stadium mad. Because I know I was mad here, but the stadium, I bet it was about as quiet. You could hear a pin drop when it came to the Cowboys fans. But then that fourth quarter explosion, something that we had last year, but that fourth quarter explosion that brought life back. I mean, that had me on, like, damn, can we do it? Can we stage this comeback? But it wasn't meant to be. And I think like iron sharpens iron, and that game kind of sharpened the offense to get back. Like, let's get back to form, guys, because y'all see the offense during the New York Giants game. CD was a focal point. They made sure to get CD the ball. I believe he had over 50 yards in the first. He had 4 receptions in the first quarter alone. Like, dude was getting it in. Sure was. Yeah, we have. We've played real stiff competition at home so far. For real. Ooh, damn, Choctaw. Woo. Said Parsons has been missing, so maybe a blessing. Ooh, damn. Let's see what we see now that Micah Parsons isn't going to be in the game and he's going to be tending to that injury. Let's see if the production of the line gets any better. Because, right now the defenses ain't going to be scheming for Micah Parsons, so they're just going to be scheming typically, like, all right, we ain't got to worry about Parsons, so let's just handle this DN like he's a regular DN, Let's see. Go down real quick. Oh, our receivers can't get open to save our lives. Yeah, and that's why I'm a fine advocate. I am an advocate for them to go get any good receiver that can complement CD Lamb. We need, and I said it in a video previous, we need that wide receiver 1 and that wide receiver 1A. You know what I'm saying? Like, forget wide receiver 2 and wide receiver 3. We need 1 and 1A and then 3. I like Brandon Cooks, but I'm willing to put him on the trade block. I like Jalen Tolbert, but I'm willing to put him on the trade block. Like, I can't have you. What's going on, Leon? I can't have you emerging. I need you to be here. I need you to have emerged. You know what I'm saying? Like, this Jalen Tolbert, his 3rd year? Like, okay, second year, you should have been emerging. 3rd year, you should be here, ready to go. Somebody that we can rely on. Just like, Jake Ferguson, 3rd year, he was here. He emerged. You know, he's here. So we need that out of Tolbert. And if he can't give it to us, put him on the trade block. Put him on the trade block. I think put Donovan Wilson on the trade block because we got a safety on the bench right now that's returning kicks for some reason. And he's a hard hitter. I think Wanye Thomas is a heavy hitting dude. Israel McQuamu is heavy hitting too. You know, but I like Dono. I like Donovan Wilson. I like Malik Hooker better, but I like Donovan Wilson. But anywho, says this lame duck coaching staff is going to be the death of the season. I fear. You know, that can, it can have that effect. Like we're going to win one for the Gipper. We're going to win one for the coach, and that could also have that reverse effect. Like, they ain't even putting money in their coach. Why are we even trying? This coach ain't even going to be here next year. So I feel you. The lame duck situation, that just, I can't stand it. But also I watched a video from Bill Belichick, and he was going, it was when we lost to who was it? Shoot. Let me see real quick. Oh, why I got that on my screen? Hold on. All right. It wasn't the first loss, but it was the second one. Google tripping on me, y'all. Let me see. Pulling up the schedule. Was it the Saints? Forget it. I can't even. It's messing up on me. Oh, also I want to bring up, and I'm everywhere, guys. I'm everywhere, but because this is freestyling. But anyway, I got to bring up everybody that's down south that's being affected by this hurricane that's going on. Prayers are up. Prayers are with you. Right now, my family's going through it as well. North Carolina's getting hit pretty bad with, heavy winds and whatnot. All the power to people's homes and stuff is knocked out. So y'all just pray for them and everything, and just keep them in your prayers. And yeah, thank you. But let's get back to football. Hunter Lipke, the man is redeeming himself. From that fumble that he had in Miami this year. Hunter Lipke, that man, he's emerging. He's emerging into a great pass blocker whenever Dak Prescott has him in the backfield, a great lead blocker to the halfback, and a great tight end. Like this man, last game against the Ravens, this game against the Giants, like he's had some pretty big catches. And it's like, man, you redeeming yourself on that handoff. It's funny they ain't handed him the ball, but we'll pass it to you. But we don't know if you can hang on to the handoff. But he's doing his thing, and that's good to see. Yeah, see, I'm with you. I'm with you, Buddha. Let's get Rico the majority of the snaps for more consistency. I don't know about the Baidu's thing though. I don't know about that. I'm like I'm produce. Produce. Yeah, in the produce section. I am produce Vaughn. Yeah, there you go. I just think that he can bring a dynamic to this team that could be a mismatch for opposing defenses. But the thing is, your head coach don't know how to scheme them. Mike McCarthy does not know how to scheme Deuce Vaughn and Kevontae Turpin for that matter. I mean, unless it's a typical wide receiver route, he's doing the wide receiver tree, then he can use Kevontae Turpin. But when it comes to the gadget plays and the trick plays and when to call those trick plays, man, Mike McCarthy is lost. Man, he lost. And I think that might be the death of his job, to keep it 100. What's going on, Cowboys by Nature? How you doing, man? How you doing? But yeah, it might be his job this year. But like I was saying, I was watching the Bill Belichick video. It was Inside the NFL, and he was talking about the Shanahan tree. It was after we faced the New Orleans Saints. and he was talking about the the Shanahan tree and who's derivatives of the Shanahan tree, who are, offsprings of the Shanahan tree, and just going over it, what the tree is all about, what the Shanahan West Coast offense is all about, how to stop the Shanahan West Coast offense. He was going over all that stuff, just laying it down for I think Ryan Clark and somebody else. I can't remember the other person, but he was laying it down like it was school. And I mean, he was drawing it out in crayon too. Like, I'm sitting over here, I'm like, word, yeah, all right. Because yeah, I play football, but not on the NFL level, and I'm still learning a lot of stuff. So he was really there teaching me, for real. He was teaching me. So I'm like, dang, maybe, maybe Bill Belichick would be a good fit down in Dallas. I'm not pro Belichick coming to Dallas because I saw what happened after Tom Brady left, and it's like nothing special. So I wasn't a fan of that move, but when I saw that video, I'm like, dang, well, maybe he would help this organization out. But the thing is, Jerry got to give him the keys to the car. You know, he has to give the keys to the car to Bill Belichick and just be like, you take us. You take us. They'll still be over the draft and everything. You'll have your Will McClays and everything, but they need to, they need to be cohesive. They need to be together. They need to make those decisions together. But if there's one where Will McClay's like, yo, I'm going to supersede your decision right here and get this guy, we have trust in Will McClay because Will McClay has drafted some dogs for this organization. But that's one thing that they would have to really juggle is the fact that Bill Belichick, he wants a lot of control of the organization, and Jerry ain't trying to get that control up. Real talk. But I don't know. I just think that he might be a good fit. Ah, Chef, I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yo, I what's going on, Jeff? How you doing? How you doing? But I tell you, through that whole situation, that whole ordeal, I got on and I talked to you guys about receiving the email and everything. I was skeptical. Like, I'm that type of person that when I'm ordering something from Amazon, I sit there with my phone like, all right, okay, is my address all right? My address good? Okay, yep, it's being sent to me. All right, I'm about to press the button. Oh, is my order correct? I check myself over and over and over because I'm scared of, identity thefts and getting your stuff stolen and whatnot. But I eventually pressed that button. With that being said, I was skeptical about the email. I thought it was somebody pulling my chain because the profile picture, it wasn't a profile picture on the email. And I'm like, dang, man, if somebody was head of a production company, then you figure that their profile picture would be there. But with the release, they didn't ask for any important information like a phone number or an address or anything like that. They didn't ask for that. And I'm like, if it's a scam, then they don't want anything from me, So I had my lawyer look over it, as my lawyer Andrew. Shout out to Andrew. Um, I had him look over it and everything, and he was like, "Yeah, it's legal-ish." I was like, "Legal-ish? What do you mean ish?" And he was like, "Well, if there's something in your video that you could be sued for, then they're gonna sue you." I was like, "Oh no, ain't nothing in the video." It's like I did that video on the fly. It was my reaction to the loss, and there was no music in the background or anything. It was just bam, my reaction to the loss. And I was like, "Oh no, nothing can. They can't sue me for anything." He's like, "All right, so you can sign it." And I was like, "Cool." So signed it, sent it back to him, and I didn't hear anything. I signed it on Tuesday, didn't hear anything on Wednesday. I figured that they would send me the spot and then the spot would air. But at the same time, I'm like, they're not going to send me the spot and then me leak it or something before it airs. So I was getting ready for karaoke on Thursday and went to karaoke, and I'm setting up at 5 o'clock, and my wife comes up to me and is like, "Hey, one of our friends had messaged her, once the game had started and everything. One of her friends messaged her and was like, 'Hey, I just saw your husband on TV.'" It's like, word? So I had to get on my computer. I was checking on my computer and stuff, and I'm like, I didn't see me at first, but then I had to rewatch it. And I was like, oh shoot. Like, dang, man, they got me talking about CD Lamb crying. Oh, but at the same time, like, it was it- like, yo, I've only been doing this for a year. I've only been the Angry Cowboys fan for a year, just a little bit over a year. And to had been in everybody's who was watching that game, to be in their living room like that, it is super humbling, a little bit overwhelming, but it's a blessing. It's truly a blessing. And without you guys, without each and every one of you guys, what's going on, the one and only Ron the Don? But without you guys, none of that's possible. You know what I'm saying? None of that is possible. And I thank each and every one of you guys and gals who come here and sacrifice your time to hang out and give y'all raw and uncut. I truly appreciate it. And it's because of y'all why I was able to get that Amazon spot and really just like check off, and it feels like I'm lagging. Um check off one of those bucket list things. That's exactly what it was. It's like, man, I had never been on nationwide television like that, and it happened. So still I'm speechless, but thank you. I truly appreciate you. I don't want to spend this whole time talking about the Amazon thing because, this is bigger than the Angry Cowboys fan. But yeah, thank you. Also enjoy the content. Thank you very much. All right. Giants were anticipating to win. Because they did a big show. They didn't have that in any game I went to. Oh yeah. Uh they was like, man, you see the Cowboys, man. The Cowboys, they wounded. The only thing that we got to do, we just go in there, we run the rock on them, and we gonna be able to beat them. I bet they went in the game with high hopes, but the assassin Dak Prescott and the offense came in. The defense is like, nah, y'all ain't running on us. Y'all ain't running on us today. Daniel Jones gonna have to beat us. And so they post game little celebration that they had planned. They're like, yep, we can scratch that and go home. All the workers, y'all can go home early because we ain't having no parties. They got a taste of what we did with the Green Bay Packers. Ah, shoot. Let's see. D, what's going on with you? Says, what do you think is the reason we aren't clicking on this offense defense with so much talent? you know, for some reason, in the losses that we've had, and I said this to my brother, it feels like, hey, what's going on? What's going on, Ty Cowboys? But anyway, I said it to my brother. I'm like, it seems like when the defense is out there, it's just like 11 people chasing the football. It doesn't seem like a cohesive unit. It doesn't seem like 11 men working together in unison. It seems like 11 men individually just doing their assignment. And it's not clicking the offense. And that's why I say I'm a fond believer in the preseason. People talking about, oh yeah, preseason is pointless. No, it's not. No, it's not, because if you don't have a preseason, your preseason ends up being the first 3 or 4 games of the regular season. And by that point, maybe too little too late. So I think like we're not clicking because we didn't have the opportunity to click in a game style atmosphere. Yeah, we might have did the little joint practices and the scrimmages against the Rams and everything, but I don't think the quarterbacks were even getting hit then. The pressure is artificial when it comes to that. At least in the preseason game, you are tackling and you're tackling to the ground. So I feel our offense isn't clicking for one. And CD Lamb can deny it all he wants to, but him having his contract disputes and missing all of the offseason, that I'm sorry, but it's not like riding a bike. You got to go back to the off season, the training camp, and get back into shape and get back into football shape and get used to taking those hits, get used to contested coverages and contested catches. You got to do all that, man. You can't just come back on the field like, yep, back ready week one, let's get it. Nah, it don't work that way. So I think that's the reason why. And the transitions for different wide receivers and everything having, let's say, in the preseason, in the offseason during training camp, you probably had, let's say, Brendan Cooks as your wide receiver one. Now he's moved back over to wide receiver two, and boom, Jalen Tolbert's moved from wide receiver two back down to three, and blah blah blah, because CD Lamb is there now. I just think it was a domino effect, and our offense, it starts off slow naturally, had to start off even slower to get CD acclimated to the offense. Remember, our Texas Coast offense hasn't fully changed over yet. We still use a little bit of Kellen Moore's scheme, and we're still trying to switch over. I mean, even though Mike McCarthy ain't even got a year left. But anyway, that's what I think as far as the offense and defense clicking. That's why Michael Parsons was talking about the whole Superman stuff, you know. But Cowboys by nature, angry Cowboys fan, will we be a 12-5 team? Let's see. And we will be a 12-5 team, but the 5 will be before the 12. Oh, oh man, that hurts. I hope not. I hope we ain't 5-12. I hope we're not 5-12. But the thing is, if we're 5-12, hey, you can guarantee that we're gonna have a good pick during the draft. So you better choose that number one draft pick wisely. Well, it ain't gonna be a number one draft pick. It'll probably be like number 10 or between 7 and 10. But choose that thing wisely, for real. Like, would y'all go for a defensive tackle in the draft, or would you go for the specialty positions like the wide receiver or a running back, Jerry? Ah. Hey, Drew, what's going on with you? What's going on with you? Drew in the building says respectfully, angry Cowboys fan. It's not looking good, my friend. That defense is struggling. You guys have a hard road ahead. Hey, we do. We definitely do, especially with the injuries to Micah Parsons and DeMarcus Lawrence. We have a hard road ahead of us. We got to face the Steelers, the 3-0 Steelers. Well, we don't know what's going to happen on Sunday to them, but right now they're undefeated. And we need all hands on deck. And unfortunately, we're not going to be able to have those hands on deck when it comes to Micah and Tank. So we really going to need the defense to pull together. We really going to need them to pull together to even be competitive in these two games. So yeah, it's going to be a struggle. It definitely is. That's why I say things to try and prepare some Cowboys fans just in case we don't make it to the playoffs. Just saying. I'm not saying that, I wish positivity on my boys and everything, but you got to be a realist. Like, with these injuries happening, like, we're already missing Deron Bland. Now we got to add pretty much our quarterback of the defense to that injury list, and Micah Parsons. When it rains. Yeah. Yeah, you're right, Aaron. You're right, Aaron. That Sam Williams injury hurts right now, because if he was healthy, with Micah Parsons being down, Sam, you're up. Let's go. But now it's like, what? Is WTF? WTF. Uh, let's see. Zero hope. I'd love for Mike Rabel to come to Dallas. He would help this team so much. Mike Rabel or Bill Belichick. I'm glad they didn't pick Ron Rivera. I know a lot of people are vouching for Rex Ryan too. And every time that Mike Zimmer messes up, Rex Ryan's going to be there to be like, "Yep, you picked the wrong dude." Just like Carolina fans are like, "Yep, you should have picked C.J. Stroud instead of Bryce Young." uh, Prince, what's going on with you? Says L. Duncan is good at women's college basketball. She good at kissing ass too. She is good at that because she displays that every single time she is on ESPN. I mean, if she's good at college basketball, great. I love to see what she has to offer as far as analysis on college. I mean, on college basketball, but football, you're only parroting what the boss says. And the boss is Stephen A. Smith. I know Stephen A. has his bosses, but right now, First Take, that's who you answer to. And she's over there shuffling for him, tap dancing for him. And that ain't journalism. That ain't analysis. That's just sucking up. And I know you got to get your bag, but damn. Chef, what'd you say? And do I think Jerry pays who? Hen? Huh? Yeah, let me know. Put that comment back in the chat. All right, Carlito. This team needs a psychiatrist to help them get their mind right on both sides of the ball. Yeah, they absolutely do. They need to adjust to real coaching from Zim after going away from fun Uncle fun Uncle Quinn. Yeah. See, that was another thing. Last night's game, the discipline was not there. The discipline was not there. And I can think of 5. There was 11 calls all total. And I can think of 5 off the bat the offense picked up. 2 passing, I think it was no, 1 holding on a return from Jalen Tolbert, and the other was a pass interference by Jalen Tolbert, and then 3 holding calls on Tyler Guyton. 3 holding calls. I mean, I know he's a rookie and all. I know Tyler Guyton's a rookie and everything, and we can't expect world beaters, but when you're the number 1 pick, that's what we expect. Just like in Mozzie Smith, when you're the number 1 pick, that's what we expect. But they need to get their mind right. You absolutely right. They need to get their mind right. That's something that I have banged on the table saying, like, even when the Cowboys went and defeated Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Bucks and then went on to lose to the 49ers, I'm like, they have to get their mental right. They have to get their mental right because everybody says, oh, well, they look like deer in headlights when the lights get the brightest. Like, that's a mental thing. That's a mental thing. If the lights get the brightest and things change in your mind, then that's a red flag that you got to look at. Because if that's the case and you don't correct that, then it's going to happen every single time. But they definitely got to get their mind right. That warrior mentality. And I'm hoping that Zim will be able to give it to him. I'm hoping that he will be able to instill that in him, because during the Ravens game, I saw a lot of people on defense that was out of place. And that's why Derrick Henry was able to run the way he was able to run. It's because people were out of place. Another thing that we got to work on, and I don't know if they work on it in practice, they don't bring people to the ground, but pursuit angles, guys be taking pursuit angles crazy on the defense. I mean, I saw it in the Ravens game. I even seen it in the Giants game. What kind of pursuit angle are you taking? There was that pass to Zay Flowers. No, it wasn't Zay Flowers. I think it was like Nelson Aguilar might have been. Pass to him on the right, and Kalen Carson's he attacked the boundary. He attacked the out of bounds, his outside shoulder. He attacked the guy's outside shoulder. pretty much allowing him to get juked. Like, you don't attack his outside shoulder, especially if he's right there on the out of bounds line. Like, the out of bounds is your friend. Just push him out of bounds. Hit that, hit that left shoulder, not the right shoulder. But that's something that they need to work on in practice. I've seen a lot of tackles that got whiffed, that people trying to arm tackle and they just run out of the tackle. Like, fundamentals, this defense is missing. Like, I don't understand it, but the fundamentals of football, they are not getting, or they're not displaying on the field. And that's one thing that D Law said. He was like, as soon as we get done playing pee-wee football, then we can get back to some real football. Like, that's what they look like out there. Straight pee-wee. He said, get him a hypnotist. Shoot, let's say, do you think Jerry pays him to talk smack? Oh, do I think Jerry Jones pays Stephen A. Smith to talk smack about the Cowboys? I think it's a relationship. I think it's a you scratch my back, I scratch yours type thing. As far as like, if Stephen A is talking about the Dallas Cowboys is the most hated franchise. What's going on, Thomas? It's the most hated franchise in the NFL. I mean, might be the most hated franchise in all of sports. But when you have that mascot that hates the number one thing, then you're going to have all the haters of that number one thing siding with the mascot, you know. And when they side with the mascot, that gives him all attention, and that gives the Dallas Cowboys all the attention because, hey, the Dallas Cowboys are being talked about again. They're all in the media and everybody's paying attention. Like, Cowboys, shoot, we was the topic of discussion. We were the topic of discussion during the Super Bowl. It wasn't the Kansas City Chiefs. It wasn't the San Francisco 49ers. It was us. Even though we weren't in the game, it was us. So I don't think he pays him to talk about him, but he's like, yo, we both can benefit from this. You know, we both can benefit. And then in a contract situation, you can pocket watch, you can do all that type of stuff. Make the players look kind of bad, you know, because look, like Micah Parsons injury. Micah Parsons, his numbers aren't really anything to write home about this year in a contract year. So don't I expect Stephen A, you know, because he's like, don't Michael Parsons, he deserved that money. He deserved that money. He's gonna course correct, and he's gonna be like, well, I don't think he should be the highest paid, you know, non-quarterback because look at his numbers this year. Oh, it's gonna turn on him. It's gonna turn on him. That's how Stephen A is. Real talk. Let's see. Bradamus, what's going on with you? It says some good news. There's opportunity for some new defensive players to step up and potentially be great. Yeah. You know, that's really the philosophy. If one goes down, next man up. It is your responsibility to get in here and to run in this defense as if nothing changed. You know, that's like the backup quarterback. Never mind. I don't want to talk about the backup quarterback because I don't want to talk anything into existence. But yes, next man up. And hopefully the next man up will be great. You ain't got to be elite, but be great. Don't be a placeholder. You know, let's see. Let's see. Yeah, Hunter Lipke is a dog. We barely use Zeke. Yeah. Yeah. See, and the thing is, like, really, we haven't been in the situations of like, you know, first and goal, like on the 3 and stuff like that, that we can actually use Zeke to punch it in. But Zeke, he's over the hill. I mean, I hate to say it like that, but he is over the hill. I believe Zeke now is more of a novelty than he is a running back for this team. I believe he's more of the the guy to pep the team up, the locker room presence, that locker room voice, that veteran that people can lean on. He's more that than he is the running back. He's more of a blocker than he is the running back. And I wouldn't be surprised this year, or maybe next year, but this year being his last year, I don't know. I think Zeke, his mileage, because he was the type of running back that would run through you. He wouldn't shy away from contact. And when you do that, when you play dirty like that, when there's no, when your body gets older, there's no coming back from it. The ones that have these long, lustrous careers, like you would see Emmitt Smith duck out of bounds before he lowered his shoulder and went into contact. Zeke, he's the type to hurdle over you. He's the type to run through you, but he ain't running around you. But we barely use Zeke. Yes, JoJo, you're absolutely right. Absolutely right. Jerry Jones was stupid for passing up Derrick Henry. Yes, he was, because even with the Tennessee Titans' bad offensive line, he was still able to get over, I believe, 1,100 yards last year. So it was stupid. And Derrick Henry was sitting there waiting on them to call. Said that he would have taken less to play for the Dallas Cowboys. I mean, what? The Ravens gave him $8 million. Like, I bet you that he would have took 6 to come play for the Cowboys and to be close to home where he actually lives. Man, that was one of those Jerry mistakes, man. That was like the Amari Cooper thing. That's one of those Jerry mistakes. Like the Dez Bryant thing, one of Jerry mistakes, man. Like, when you gonna stop making stupid ass mistakes, Jerry? Come on now. Uh, went to the Ravens game and he was mad. Yeah, I can't imagine. I can't imagine. My one and only game that I went to, we won that game. Obviously, it was against the Giants, but we won that game, and I'm like, yes, my first game went to, and we won. Good, because I would have been mad. I spend over $150 to go see a loss. I'd be mad. Real talk. Shoot. Bradman says still wants to know what the plan is for Dalvin Cook. Is he with us or not? Dalvin Cook is currently on the practice squad. They're not elevating him to being on the active roster. He's currently on the practice squad, awaiting, just sitting there chilling. I mean, he's practicing, he's staying loose or whatever, but he's just sitting there chilling. And it's crazy to me. Like, he was barely used last year, which means like he had no more mileage other than age, other than being a year older. He hadn't had any mileage put on his legs last year. That might be the way to go. Like, but I think Jerry and Steven and the Cowboys organization, like they've said before, they love their guys, but I think that they are loyal to some of their guys to a fault. There's some times where you don't want to make those decisions, and the Jones family will not make those decisions, but the team will suffer for it. You know, like we know Deuce Vaughn's dad works for the Dallas Cowboys organization, and instead of cutting Deuce Vaughn or sending Deuce Vaughn to the practice squad, they're keeping him on the active roster. Loyalty. It's loyalty over how good the team does. And I think that might be a fault of the Jones family, because I honestly think if you put Deuce Vaughn on the practice squad, nobody's going to come scoop him. He will be secure in your practice squad, and nobody's going to come acquire his services for their team. And if he does, hey, at least he's going to be playing in the NFL. Like it may not be for the Cowboys, but at least he's in the NFL and he has a position somewhere. So my take is, I would honestly say, like, As much as I like Deuce and I want Deuce to succeed as a Dallas Cowboy, but if he doesn't succeed somewhere else, but I want the feel good story to end in accordance to the feel good story. I want him to be able to, his first contract remain with the Dallas Cowboys and be very productive for the Dallas Cowboys. But if it's if it's a barrier to our progress, then we gotta cut bait. We gotta cut him loose. If Mozzie Smith is not gonna work out, may have to cut him loose. But we can't just continue to give these people, you know, to give these people's chances because of our loyalty. Like at the end of the day, we trying to win football games, and loyalty is not going to win us football games. You know, I hate to say it like that, but dang, it's real talk. It's real talk. Let's see. Let's see. Hey, Chef became a member. That's what's up. Thank you for becoming a member of the ACF family. That's what I'm talking about. You get that exclusive stuff. I'm gonna have to put one of those janitor skits up because the janitor hasn't had a press conference in a minute, and the janitor is gonna have to let you know what's going on with Micah Parsons and Demarcus Lawrence and what happened between CD and Dak. Oh yeah, the janitor got to tell y'all a thing or two. So yeah, I think I might work on that Sunday because I got to go to a wedding tomorrow. You know, but yeah, I'll definitely work on that and get it to the members. And shout out Vanessa getting married tomorrow. Congratulations. Yeah, but her team lost last night. Anyway, thank you for becoming a member, Chef. Truly appreciate you. All right. Do I think that the defense is bad? Do you think the defense is bad? Wait till Parsons is not there. You're crazy if you think it's going to get better. Just allowing doubles on less players, that's how that's better. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I hope that we can at least get somebody in there and stay par for the course. Stay straight. We don't want to go backwards. And that's just what I fear. Like whoever we're gonna put in is like we're gonna be lacking. I don't want that to happen. We need depth to where we don't have to worry. Like if Micah goes down or if Micah needs a break, if DeMarcus Lawrence needs a breather or something, we don't have to worry. Like honestly, when D Law needs a breather, we have Marshawn Nealon. He needs to, hone in on his skills, get his bag of tricks, and he gonna be a dog. But we need it right now. Oh man. All right. Brandy, your sister's in North Carolina. Yeah, sending prayers to everybody in North Carolina. Real talk. Yeah. Let's see. The one and only Ron, the Don. And they use Deuce Vaughn on the outside run game. I guarantee he will blow people away. They're just not using them right. Yeah, that's what I said, man. I feel like with Deuce Vaughn and Kevontae Turpin, they just don't know how to scheme them. They don't know how to scheme them. They don't know how to use them other than the traditional positions that they were drafted in, like wide receiver. I mean, I know Kevontae Turpin came from the USFL, but the position that they represent, that's the only way that Mike McCarthy knows how to use them. Use them as a gadget player. You see, when you line up like Kevontae Turpin or CD Lamb in the backfield, they gonna get you like 7 yards a clip. And I said that earlier. I'm like, how can they get 7 yards? But then when you hand it off to Zeke, it's like 2. You hand it off to Rico. Rico, he was kind of gashing him. I know he didn't have anything over 75 yards, but when he did get the ball, it was like boom, 5, boom, 4, boom, 7. So that's why I think like Rico should be the primary. Let me see what you said, Drew. Let me see what you said, Drew. So angry Cowboys fan. Running is the least of the Cowboys' problems. O-line is weak and D-line is weak. No pass rush. The defense is nowhere as good as last year. Nope. But at the same time, a lot of excuses that other teams use, I am going to use like a skip card in Uno. It's the first year in the Mike Zimmer defense. That's my skip card. Yeah. Oh man. But yeah, you're right. The running back situation, that may be the least of our problems. We got 99 problems here in Dallas. Our running back room. We need another weapon at the wide receiver position. We need some comparable defensive tackles. Tyler Guyton needs to shape up, stop getting all these holding calls. Man. But yeah, we ain't as good as we were last year. But just give us time to get acclimated to the Mike Zimmer scheme. One thing that it may be, Mike Zimmer's scheme may be a little too complicated for the guys that we got on the team. Who knows? Maybe it needs to be dumbed down a little bit. You know? But let's see. The stadium was filled with more Cowboys fans. Yeah, see, that's what I like to see. Dallas Cowboys, our fans, Cowboys Nation travels well. Travels well. Like, I cannot go anywhere. I go down to North Carolina or, wherever me and my wife decide to travel to. Every time somebody sees his hat, they point at me like the hat. Or how about them Cowboys? Like, how you think we're gonna do this year? Oh man. Like when I went on my first cruise ever, I had all my Cowboys gear on, had my Dak Prescott jersey and everything. What's going on, Bitsy? Um, I had my jersey and everything, representing the Dallas Cowboys. Every day I had something Cowboys on. And we had a 7-day cruise. Uh-oh. There we go. All right. We had a 7-day cruise. So every day I had some Cowboys on. They ended up started calling me Dallas. Hey, Dallas, what's up? Hey. Or they were like, hey, Dak Attack. Hey, what's up? But now I know that there's the real Dak Attack out there. So I couldn't ever go by that name. But yeah, man, we travel well. We definitely do. I love seeing that in Cowboys Nation. I love seeing that type of unity, that type of camaraderie and everything. I hate seeing the division. That's why the division irks me so much, is because I know how well we travel. I know how many, America is filled with Cowboys fans. And to have that division, it just sucks. Like, just think, if we were all together, our voices would be heard. You had a guy that was at the Ford Center that was down at AT&T Stadium with a sign saying that we need to fire the GM Jerry Jones. That's how Cowboys Nation needs to stick together. Like, have this guy like this guy sacrificed everything just to put that, to be there with that sign, to hold it down for the fans, because he didn't have to do that, he didn't have to do that, but he did. I just wish I truly wish we had that camaraderie, that unity like we used to. I put something up on Facebook saying like, dang, fans used to be like, yeah, we'll get them next year. Now they're like, we're never going to make it. We're never going to win a Super Bowl. I just don't understand. Anyway. All right, one and only Ron the Don. Have a good night. Have a good night. Yeah, we're going to get off here pretty quickly. We are going to get off here pretty quickly. Let's see. Betsy says, hey, Dallas, love to your brother, angry Cowboys fan. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. He's doing fairly well right now. I don't know how he's doing because they're having the huge blackout down there with the hurricane and everything. I'm sending prayers to everybody down there, hoping my family's safe. Please, if you're seeing this, family and friends, mark yourself safe on Facebook, please. All right, Thomas, what's going on with you? Says, I hate the Cowboys division. Back in the 90s, we were a family. That's what I'm talking about. Like when I became a fan of the Cowboys in 90, what was it? 91. Yeah. I became a fan in 91, and just how I felt as a as a kid going into my teenage years, I was like, man, it's cool to be a Cowboys fan. Like, yeah, not only were we winning Super Bowls, but it just seemed like everybody was together. Like, you know how you see motorcyclists passing each other. You may have a motorcycle yourself, and you pass another person on the motorcycle, and you put your hand out, just to say what's up. That's how being a Cowboys fan was, but now you may have one say, yeah, DC for life. How about them Cowboys? But you'll have another one say, like, we're going to suck this year. Oh, my goodness, Dak Trashcott. Oh, my God. Yeah. uh, we have talents. Rookies will get better. Yes. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I was saying with Marshawn Nealon. Like, he doesn't have his bag of tricks yet because he's a rookie. But, the more play that he gets, the more time to develop that he gets, well, he will get those bag of tricks. You know what I'm saying? He will definitely get those bag of tricks. So will players like Ryan Flournoy. And Ryan Flournoy could get in there. He could be your wide receiver 3, but he really has to prove himself a little bit more, He has to prove himself a little bit more. But I believe he will be able to get there from what I've seen from him, like especially toward the later games in the preseason. Ryan Flournoy may be a dog. Everybody says that he has a little mixture of that Dez Bryant in him. I'd like to see that in action because we definitely need a wide receiver too that we can count on. I mean, you consider Brandon Cooks a wide receiver too. We need either a wide receiver 2 or a wide receiver 3 that we can count on. Real talk. But let's see. Betsy says that the 49ers are all banged up, Lions banged up, Steelers banged up. We have a chance. That's what I'm talking about. See if I can press the right button.
Yes! Here we go!
We have a chance.
Holler, we them boys.
Yeah, we have a chance. That's what I'm talking about. I love the optimism. We have a chance to go into Steelers country and to win that game. One thing, we need to win that game for one, because Stephen A. Smith is a Steelers fan as well, and we can just kick him in the mouth. You talk crap about our team, and yo 3-0 Steelers, and we go in there and handle business, and hand y'all first or second loss, whatever it will be, whenever we meet y'all. Then we can talk some junk. Like, don't talk about our team now. But yes, you're right. We do have a chance. We do have a chance. And Thomas became a fan in 1977. Drew also became an Eagles fan in 77. Yeah. All right. See, I ain't gonna trash the Eagles. I don't do that. I don't do that. I try to give my raw and uncut, my my objective opinion when it comes to the Eagles, because I got family that's Eagles fans. And whenever the Eagles play the Cowboys, I'm actually gonna have either my nephew, I'm gonna have my brother-in-law, and I'll probably have my nephew on here too. Shout out to Brian and Rel, both Eagles fans. And boy, I tell you, when I was down in North Carolina and I did that little short, a family divided, had the carpet and everything, the Eagles and Cowboys carpet. I was talking to my nephew Rel, and yo, that man flipped a switch. He showed me a video of him. I believe it was at a Detroit Lions game. Like, he traveled to Detroit as an Eagles fan, and oh my goodness, like, they was talking so much trash, like, whoo, and where my money? Where my money? Oh my goodness, like, Eagles fans, y'all crucial with it. Shoot. Let's see. Calvin. See, that's why I was hesitant when I was saying what I was saying. Cooks is not a number 2. Something needs to be done at wide receiver. That's why I was like, Cooks. I like Brandon Cooks. I do. But I believe he would be a dope number 3. Like, just imagine if the Dallas Cowboys in the draft drafted Keon Coleman, CeeDee Lamb, Brandon Cooks. That would have been a receiver trio that would have killed defenses. But we go get Tyler Guyton. Personally, if it was me, I would have paid Tyron Smith and then got a weapon in the first round. Ugh. But anyway, I'm only gonna make myself more angry. And see, Chris May says the same thing. We do need a wide receiver. Betsy, here we go. When I play Madden, I'll be saying that to myself. CMC is out for another month? Well, okay, I'm gonna have to check that. I'm gonna have to check out the injury report for the people that we got coming up. I think, do we play? Do we have our bye then play? I think we have our bye then play the Niners. So by the time we go through the progression and have the bye and then have to play the Niners, Christian McCaffrey might be back. And also, without Christian McCaffrey, Brock Purdy has been doing the thing. They've still been winning. He's still been looking pretty good. So, yep, that's one. If Christian McCaffrey doesn't play, that's one obstacle. But there's many more. That Hydra over here, that Hydra over in 49er land has many heads. No diddy, and you cut off one, another emerges. Overshown will tear up the field. Hey, that's what I'm talking about. That is what I'm talking about. Said, where were those Pro Bowlers last night? 20 points. And they made Danny look like a Pro Bowler. They did. They did. They did. But there's some dysfunction in Cowboys Nation as far as both offense and defense. I think the New York game, as much as people want to say that it was a tomato can game and we were expected to win and we should have went in there and did exactly what we did, but better, I honestly feel that game was necessary. It was a necessity for their mental state to get back on the ball. You don't need to be like, okay, lose 3 in a row and then we beat the Kansas City Chiefs or something. Like, no. You go in there and everybody has those tomato cans on their schedule. So you go in there and you play the game like you can play, and they came out with a dub. Gives them a confidence booster. Now, if we can continue to get on a roll and go into Pittsburgh whenever we play them next Sunday and get another dub, it just builds the confidence. And here we go. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. Eagles fans go hard. No diddy. Cooks is cooked. Come on. We should have kept Tyron. See, Willie T, that's what I'm talking about. We should have kept Tyron. Yeah, we should have kept him. All right, let's see. Let me check something real quick because I got to jump over here and check something out. All right, good. We ain't got no super chats that I'm missing. All right. Trap the ghost. Cooks is done. Tolbert needs to be the focus to open up more. Tolbert needs to stop flashing and illuminate. Now, I'm tired of seeing the flashes. Like, you're in year 3. You should be a reliable target. By now, you should be a reliable target. CeeDee Lamb was and I know Tolbert ain't as good as Lamb, but CeeDee Lamb was a reliable target the first year he got there. The second year, they gave him the keys to the car. So Tolbert needs to do this. Real talk. Ask Titans and Jags how hard it is to win. Yeah, absolutely right. Absolutely right. And that's another thing, like with the Super Bowl victories and everything. Like, a lot of fans talk that crap, but a Super Bowl is hard to win. Like, there's organizations out there that don't even have a Super Bowl victory under their belt. There's some organizations that only have one. Drew, you know I'm talking about you, right? But anyway, man, there's organizations that have one. We have five. So, it's just about trying to find that championship pedigree again. you know, Trying to, because one thing that the Joneses don't do, they don't change. And if you don't change, you can't adapt, you can't evolve with the times. And that's what I think that we suffer from, whether it's the ownership, whether it's the coaches. We are in the past. This organization, that's the identity of this organization. We're in the past, whether it's coaching, whether it's philosophy, whether it's scheme. We are a team from the past. We look at everything in the past. Yeah, 5 Super Bowls. We were the team of the 90s and team in the 70s. Yeah, we got 5. It's been almost 30 years. It's time to renew our membership to the Super Bowl club, because that expires every 10 years. Shoot. Shoot, what is a Flournoy? A Flournoy is somebody that's going to emerge into a good wide receiver for us. That's what a Flournoy is. All right. All right, guys. I done had y'all on here for almost the length of a feature length film. But I appreciate every single one of y'all rocking with me, though. I appreciate everybody coming here and being a part of the Angry Cowboys fan family. Even if you're not a channel member, you are still family. You know what I'm saying? But definitely going to be going live a little bit more often. I just got to pick my spots because, like I said at the beginning of the live today, that I don't like to step on people's toes. And when I see like a Law Nation or a Cowboys fan talk or Jay Tuck or Mark Holmes or Game Time, anybody, it could be anybody that's going live. I don't like to step on their toes. So I try to pick where I can go live. And it looks like Friday is a good spot. So, with that being said, we're going to try to hit this off every Friday. Go ahead and schedule this for every Friday. So, y'all make sure, if you're not subscribed to the channel, sub up so you get the notifications whenever I go live, release a video, podcast episode, or play Madden 25 in college football 25, y'all. But y'all know how it is. This is your man. Football weekend will be fun to relax for a change. Yes, go out there. This is a week. We've already played on Thursday. This is a week where you can just sit back and chill in the fact that you just won. You can chill and not have all types of anxiety, wondering if we're going to win this Sunday, because we already took care of business. So make sure you spend this weekend kicked up, kick off your shoes, and relax your feet. Who said that in the 90s? I forgot. Just kicking. Yeah, yeah. Anyway, all right, y'all. Hey, what's going on, Anthony? How you doing? How you doing? Rome. Oh, that's what's up. Rome shouts me out all the time. Rome, that's the man right there, man. I consider Rome one of my Rushmores. I consider him one of my Rushmores. Real talk. Yeah, I gotta go into Rome, show him mad love and everything, because I look to all these content creators for inspiration, whether it's Law Nation, Rome, or Sports Junkie, people like that, Dak Attack, Craven Cowboys, West Coast, Landlord, HTM. I still trip out with landlord from Alabama, because that's the man. He the only man I know that can rhyme Alabama with handle. That's talent. I'm sorry. And the way he say it is smooth. Shout out to Landlord, man. Shout out to Landlord. But y'all, oh no, word. No, that wasn't SWV, just kicking. No, let's see. I gotta fact check it now. Let's see. Just kick it. It was Escape. That's who it was. It was Escape. I was like, yeah. See? Yeah, in due time. Go ahead with you. Go ahead with your bad self. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. 90s R&B. Ain't nothing like it. All right, y'all. We about to get up out of here. I truly appreciate. Whoa, hold on. Let me see. I missed something. Oh. I seen good like overshow. You ain't seen nothing yet, Betsy. I'll show you a thing or two. All right, y'all, man. This been your man, the Angry Cowboys fan. Truly appreciate y'all rocking with me this Friday. Make sure you have a wonderful and blessed weekend. And your man is out of here. Peace. All right, cool, Nisi.